Hello, everybody. Welcome to our first ever TransCon, a 3-day event where trans folks play TTRPGs and raise money for Trans Lifeline, an organization run by and for trans folks who provide trans peer support. Right now, our donation goal is at $4,000. And you can type !donate in chat to get a link to where you can donate to the Tiltify campaign. And we've got a ton of giveaways today, so please pay attention to chat to enroll in the giveaways when it happens. So if y'all can take a look at the Tiltify campaign, we're currently at $3,400 of our $4,000 goal. So can we try to hit 3,500 before the end of stream today? I would really like that. That would be really nice, especially if any of them give me rights. And speaking of giving me rights, we have a bunch of charity incentives today. But before I talk about that, let me introduce myself and my constellation of players. Hi, everyone. I'm your humble GM for today. I'm Valiant Durin. I use him, his pronouns. And I'm going to popcorn introductions over to Mare, because you're right next to me.
Hi, I'm Mare. I use they, she pronouns, and today I'm playing Vita. Do you want me to say my character sentence or no?
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. I was totally not muted and did not speak while I was muted.
Yeah, I'm Mare, and I'm playing Vita Roberts, who uses they, he pronouns, who is a swift adept who sculpts hard light.
I'm pinging it over to Basil.
Hey, me next. Woo. Sorry. Hi, everyone. I'm Basil, they, them, and I'm playing Cornelius Vincent Fields, who goes by Vincent because Cornelius is a name they have not grown into. Vincent is what is Vincent? Vincent is a clever speaker who works the system. So, a grifter. Just think a young version of Grunkle Stan, honestly.
An incredible energy. Leon, take us away.
Yes, hello. My name is Leon, pronouns they, he. I am playing Ms. Sydney Grace, who is a graceful explorer who fights with panache. She started everything she does for her children. Let's leave it at that.
Mother knows best. Noor, take us away.
Hi, I'm Neda or Noor. Pronouns are they, them, any. Twitter's transfather, and I am playing Reem Joya, an intuitive adept who takes the mod shield very, very seriously. That's pretty much it, yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much. And last but not least, Nida, go ahead and introduce your character for us.
Hi, I'm Neda Marie, pronouns are they, them, and today I am playing Clara, whose pronouns are she, they, and they are a creative adept who exists partially out of phase.
Those are incredible characters and incredible players, everybody. And before we get right into the game, we do have donation incentives for this stream. You can gift players rerolls. You can gift a minor or major effect, which just gives them an extra flair in the whenever they succeed. You could give me rights and gift me a GM intrusion, or you could donate $50 and let me introduce a plot twist upon our players this afternoon. But yes, we will be utilizing the Monty Cook system of Cypher. And we will, if everyone is ready, because we've got 2 hours to explore this wonderful cyber world. So everybody, please get in your login credentials and hit enter, because we're about to enter the cyber world of Amrita and enjoy our lovely stream of the Daydream Uprising. Alrighty, gang. So we start off with a welcome screen to the cyber world known as Amrita. It is a beautiful and colorful, bright oasis. Lumbering on the logging screen is a moving low poly model of a deep green furred bear with a large tree growing out of its back. This is the very much beloved mascot of Amrita, Bramble Bear. He greets you. He's got a event outfit for today. He's got a lovely crown upon his head of lily flowers as he sits on his butt as a bear and is waving at you all as you log into the event. And the interface is decked out in colors of blues and whites with lily floral patternings along the borders because it is the special Moonflow charity concert event. There's special events happening all around Amrita, from Sigilscape to Omnipets. We've got it all. And as everything is beginning to gear to a head, all the users entering upon this light blue space of the cyber world with their adorable little avatars, from tiny little squirrels to gigantic beast folk, folks with wings and colorful skins loiter all around the cyber world. The main lobby area is now decked out with a main stage for the concert. Now, before we get into how the concert happens, I would love to take a look at what all of our wonderful players are doing as their cyberworld selves. And I'm going to start with, as I mentioned, Sigilscape, with Virna Long 27, who is piloted by Vida. Vida, tell us, what are you up to on this incredible event? Today is a very, very big day for you, I think.
Yeah, so what's going on is Sigilscape has had a problem with the smithing skill, and it was severely unbalanced in terms of, and it was breaking the economy, messing up EXP, terrible. So we are implementing a new patch today, as well as having a little fetch quest for in honor of like the whole celebration. So if you do the fetch quest, it's like 10 minutes, you get like a little bramble bear hat for your avatar.
That is so cute. Yes, I love the immediate integration of Bramble Bear into the lore. Yes. Yeah. Today is the day your balancing patch goes live. Everyone is really, really excited for it. It has been a really, really big problem. You're already getting a lot of DMs from folks who are in the who are coding for Sigilscape, who have done all the last minute checks before the patch goes live. And it's going to go live in 3, 2, 1. A bunch of players begin filtering in. The numbers increase as everyone goes in and begins smithing. Everything goes according to plan. Everything's going smoothly. Amazing. As we pan away from Sigilscape and how well that is going, I would love to put a vignette over on Sydney, who is, I'm trying to remember your username now. Surge, your username. What are you up to in the grand scape of the Amritaverse?
Today, Surge is Surge is on watch. Surge is a tall, kind of beanpole looking character, just hanging out around the like the entrance to where the main stage is. Surge is a man. He's dressed impeccably in a tuxedo and a mask. No relation. It's got one of these too. And he is actually searching for scalpers because he has heard of a some kind of scam somewhere where people are trying to sell front row tickets to this digital event and asking for, exorbitant amounts for tickets that don't exist. It's literally like it's first come, first serve, but kids don't know that. And so Surge is just kind of I would say probably if there's like a skyscraper building close to the area, Surge is like on top of the skyscraper, cape billowing like Batman almost, just watching, like searching for transactions that might be happening that he can stop.
I like to imagine that you've already reported a couple of folks to moderators already, and folks have the quick in this. Mind you, everybody, this is the cyber world. It's virtual reality, so you literally witness people being banned with a giant rubber like hammer going thonk as they get banned from little servers. And speaking of being banned and moderators, the camera now pans over to Reem, who also goes by the handle Ultra They Them. Tell us, what's your character up to? What do they look like during the Moonflow charity event?
I imagine that Reem is pretty close to the ground, but while taking their moderating duties that they self-impose on themselves very seriously. They're mostly like uh, quietly observing some fireside chats on like the game landscapes of like the main communities that have gathered, and like the sports gaming community seems to be like injecting microtransactions to the general gaming community without the knowledge of like what what that sort of what loot boxes and gambling does to young people's minds, and it becomes like a bit of a cycle where there are reports of bad behavior that my avatar my avatar is just the this guy with a comically large shield behind the owl. Yeah. Like it's like I'm sitting at the virtual fire pit with other people. It's like, oh yeah, like I would imagine mechanics versus this, and then like as soon as a report flies by, there's like a killer instinct flash of the eye, and then like goes back to normal.
Absolutely a-okay with that. I think with as reports fly by and you're handling things pretty swiftly, you're used to this. You're used to the bustle of big online community events, and you're right in your element. And speaking of being right in your element, Vincent, you are thriving today, I think, surrounded by all of these wonderful folks. And your handle is I'm trying to remember your handle, Foxy Lady 2022. So tell us, what are you up to on this wonderful event, and what do you look like? Your avatar, at least.
Yes. So, let it be known that Vincent, as Foxy Lady 22, definitely has an adversarial relationship with Surge. More animosity on Surge's side than Foxy Lady's, because they just think it's funny. So, knowing for a fact that people are scalping, I want to say that Vincent's avatar it's this cute fox with like 6 fox tails. And so right now they're actually sort of like outside of like the event near the stage. They've got their avatar looking like they're holding like a giant like ink pen, like a brush sort of. I am not an artist, that's my sibling. Think of it like Okami with that kind of brush, like. And so they're sort of offering to people who are going by, like, get your like quote unquote picture painted by like this fox. And it's really cute, and that's pretty much like the only legitimate thing that Vincent is doing right now, because like while they're doing that, they are still like simultaneously selling fake tickets, where they're like, oh yeah, VIP seating right here. And they're also, because they know not a lot of people at the moment are going to take them up on the art sort of thing, they're also making brushes for Omni Pets, where it looks like it's a rare paintbrush, but then when you use it on your pet, it's just common, but you paid all this money. So it's like, oh, for the special event, get this starry sky background. It'll turn your pet into like a nebula. And then they put it on, and it's that god ugly checker paint pattern from not Neopets. So
Oh my god.
Vincent's doing a lot of things. And honestly, like in the back of their mind, they're like, yeah, I should probably keep an eye out for Surge, but they don't care. Like there is a small part of them that is like, I actually do like making these little paintings for like actual kids, but otherwise they're just like, if you fully believe that they're VIP seating, that's on you. I don't care that you got your dad's credit card.
So there are some principled lines for Vincent. And I think, as you're kind of like in the middle of all of this cacophony and folks kind of like loitering and milling about the space, the camera pans over to two individuals closer to backstage, the main stage for this event, for the concert. And we have Clara, who goes by Sid Wrights, and their partner Max, who is sat there with their avatar, and their avatar is a really, really cute like catfolk person. They've got colors of like pink, white, and light blue. They're decked out in a special skin for the Moonflow charity stream, and they look over towards you, Clara, and they're like, "Okay, it's happening. It's today."
I
And go ahead.
promise you, you don't have to be nervous. It's gonna go so well. And that's
Uh-huh.
what Clara has been doing for basically the entire day. It's been
Yeah.
a lot of this conversation.
Yeah, y'all are in like a legally distinct Discord, which is known as Strife, in this world, and the little VC chat is like showing right next to each other as a little bar, so you can see the voice lines, and they're just kind of like, yep, and y'all just been having this conversation for about like 15 minutes. But go ahead, describe your avatar to us and what you
My
look like.
avatar is a 2D ghost. Just like if you imagine like the ghost shape, it's just that gigantic eyes, tiny mouth, has a party hat just like off to one side. And for the concert, because they're very excited, they're wearing like a skin which is, remember 15 years ago when there was a Photoshop tutorial of how to make glitter happen? And it's just like a lot of shitty noise. I'm a sparkling ghost.
I love that so much. And you see Max is just kind of like, I know, I got this, but it's I'm like the second, like I'm the second act after, Moonflow does her big first opening act, and then I have to fill up the time for the costume change. And what if I go? What if there's not enough time and it just doesn't happen, and I end early, and she still needs time to change?
Well,
I
you're very, very funny and you're very, very smart. So you're just gonna ad lib. You're just gonna tell a joke and everyone's gonna love you and it's gonna be fine.
Okay, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
It's gonna
And
be
I
so
think
fine.
it's gonna be so fine. Oh, that reminds me, I haven't checked if my other friends have got their tickets because I submitted that for them. And you see Max kind of like opens up a little chat box right in front, and through Strife sends a message over to Reem and Vita, who are mods. And it's like a link along with a little reminder message going, hey folks, by the way, I'm doing this act, it's happening at this time. If you can like tab into this window at this time, that would mean so much to me. Bramble's gonna even show up for the concert, so I hope to see y'all there. And the Strife window, you're all kind of like clued into the same group chat, essentially, is what's happening.
I'd like to like reply super quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Also, I didn't get to describe my my avatar, which is just basically this small little white robot with a bunch of LED lights going between like cyan, magenta, and yellow cycling. But like I just bring up my thing and like I'm gonna do more than tab on. I'm actually gonna listen and you're gonna kill it. Break a leg.
You see, you get a thank you pleading face emoji. Just having Max is just going through it, they're getting ready. And Vincent, while this is all happening and you are doing legally questionable activities, an individual comes up close to you. They kind of have a Doberman avatar, wearing an astronaut costume, and they come up to you and they accidentally bump into you, and they kind of like, oh, sorry about that, and mosey on past. Go ahead and do me the honor of today's first roll, and give me an intellect-based task. Let's call this difficulty 2. So your number is 6 and above. You just need to roll above a 6. But I would like to introduce the rolling and the system to you all with Cypher. They just roll a d20.
Okay, I was like, which dice do?
Roll a d20. That's all the dice you need for
Alright,
Cypher's
let's
system.
see how this goes. Okay. I got a 13. Yay!
A 13. You, with your incredible scamming skills, you have the ability to kind of observe someone's code or profile really, really quickly, even if they have the briefest interaction with you. And as soon as this person brushes up against you, there's several pings that come up on your end. And one of them is that they have a special privilege within the police database. It seems that they are an IT programmer for the cops and their database.
Oh
What would you like
wow.
to do?
Gosh. So wow, that is that's a lot. Because on the one hand, I feel like Vincent would be like, oh wow, like a Fed.
Yep.
Maybe like I think to some degree, like, like this whole time while like Vincent's avatar has been there doing art, like the little tails have been like kind of waving back and forth, and I think they kind of slow down at that and kind of start settling. And so while Vincent's thinking like, well, on the one hand, I could keep doing some grifts, on the other hand, this is fascinating and new and probably something I should investigate. So I think like simultaneously they're kind of winding down on some of the scams they were doing because they don't want to attract attention, because that was they had not anticipated like actual interesting people showing up, and they're not keen at any point going to like cyber jail or real jail. So I think they start toning it down a little bit on what they're doing. And definitely I think they are going to just sort of like hop up and like in their fox normal fox animal form, and maybe just sort of not like tail them, but is there like a way that Vincent could maybe like get more information on the person that bumped into them?
Absolutely. What kind of yeah, you can, I think, for the sake of this, I think you can absolutely tail them, but you can also tail them digitally. Now that you keyed in on basically their like profile and stuff like that, you can basically just do a little search. What are you looking for? What kind of information are you hoping to acquire?
Hmm. So you said that they are like the IT person for a police department.
Mm-hmm. For their database, yes.
Okay. Hmm. I would say then I think Vincent would probably think like, oh, this is probably a lucky break for me. We'll be optimistic. And I feel like Vincent would like to try to make a copy of their credentials for that database.
Aha. Yes. Awesome. So, okay. Uh I think you easily do that. I think now that you're keyed into that, you absolutely do that, and now you've entered into a basically the user interface for what their login credentials would be. So you've made a copy. You see all the numbers upon your screen, and the exact user credentials appear in the database and logging screen. So
Excellent.
you may enter whenever you like.
Yeah, I think that's definitely like I think Vincent is gonna like kind of move to like maybe a different spot, like where maybe some players are just kind of, how kids do, and they
Mhm.
just kind of like keep doing the dance emote over and over. And so
No.
There's one guy
so
doing squats.
yeah,
No.
like just kind of going over there where like it's clear that like they're, even though there's like this cool event that so many people put so much work on, they're just over there playing whatever they're doing. And so Vincent's just gonna kind of move closer to that crowd so it looks like they're just hanging out, or maybe just went AFK briefly. And um Vincent's just gonna start they're gonna log in and start looking through that database to see if they can find any information on their sibling.
Awesome. As you're doing that, Sydney, you get a ping of several reports coming in from all the different scalpers and con artists that are running in this joint. And I think you get especially a bunch of pings from Sigilscape, and I would like to tag in both like Reem and Vita, because as most gamers do, whenever a new patch comes out, they're looking to break it. Like everyone is here trying to break the system and the iron bar economy. And one of the scams that's currently happening is that they are trying to break the iron economy by like using the code to basically redeem tickets for the concerts and kind of like finagle it that way.
Oh.
And all three of you are getting like that notification of that basically happening.
I'd like to ping in.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sydney-
You can
Sydney and
start a
Reem.
group chat. Yeah.
I'm starting a group chat with Sydney and Reem. Hey, are you two seeing all the BS with all the folks in Sigilscape right now?
I don't understand the economy, but I know something's wrong.
Neither. It's fine.
Don't you work on it?
Oh, I meant real life economy, but it's fine. But no, how do they come up with this stuff and breaking the code? Like seriously.
Oh, very simply, it's like an analogy to the predator prey cycle, where as things become available to exploit, exploiters try and then they just like stop, and then like, yeah, they have their Bramble Bear hat on, like, I get it. What's going on? Like, this, I'm just looking to see how it develops before, mostly so that the devs can also work around this to lock it up after
The patch.
Yes, exactly. Patch 1.01.
Yeah.
I
well, in
mean-
this case it's gonna be like 1.04 at this point.
They're taking advantage of the system, but are they taking advantage of other players?
It's not right now, they will soon. I will
All
let
right.
you know when I see something. Do not worry.
I'll
keep
be
an eye on
here.
the kids also, don't worry.
Definitely standing on the ground in the, where you're supposed to be standing. That's where I am.
We're supposed not out of bounds.
Not
of
out
this
of
virtual
bounds with
environment.
a sequence break that there's like a super complicated number of hitboxes that you have to like find these points of gravity. And I'm gonna say, because Sydney's trained with like physical performing arts, that she actually knows, like, she's pretty good. She could be a speedrunner if she wanted to, but that's how she was able to clip out into the top of the do the
without
boundary break
breaking
thing.
everything.
Yeah.
You Sydney's in GDQ confirmed.
Yes.
Anyway, as all of that is happening, Clara, you're hanging out with Max. Max is like getting ready, doing sound checks backstage. You literally get VIP pass, hanging out around you. And then suddenly, all of you hear a series of loud explosions erupting all around you. It is the Moonflow Charity Concert introduction event. The concert is finally happening as the star of the show finally steps out into the main stage and begins her performance. It is the pop star Moonflow. She's got this gorgeous, almost bejeweled dress as she is dancing. And basically, I want y'all to imagine the most bejeweled and sparkly Vocaloid kind of like persona entering upon the stage, and that is the energy that we're coming into it with. And as she is performing, there is a large bramble bear that's by the stage that also does a little cute bear dance along to the beat. Everyone's having a great time. Didn't you love that little thing I just pulled on you? and everything is going fine and great. Vincent, you are logging into the police database. You get in. Easy. No role necessary. You go in, you type in the credentials, and you're now looking. You see an abundance of files. They're all put by category of the type of crime or the type of case file. You can easily figure out by how they write out the types that there is a folder separate for missing persons for your sibling. You enter the folder.
Absolutely. As soon as like Vincent figures out, like, okay, arson, petty thievery, larceny, tax fraud, insurance fraud, whatever. Ah, here we go. Missing like, they're just like, whatever, everybody does tax fraud. It just
Mm-hmm.
and then focuses in on the missing persons and is just gonna, like they hear the concert go off, and the only thing that changes is like their avatar, the little tails are now holding glow sticks and kind of just kind of whapping back and forth, but otherwise they're just like I'm
emote.
yeah,
Emote.
the little dance emote that they made for the event is just like rave version of a fox, just kind of like wearing like a backward snapback too, like it's just. But otherwise, they're focused on going through that missing persons folder to see if they can find their sibling Elnora.
Yeah, you scroll through. It is organized alphabetically. So you scroll down, and Elnora's name does pop up. Do you click the folder?
I think Vincent would take like maybe a half second before they click on it just to look around and make sure that like, none of the people they were hanging out with have like moved so that they're not, just weirdly standing there not doing anything. But after that, and probably that nobody's moved. Yeah, Vincent's gonna go ahead and click on that file.
You open the file. The image opens up, and as you open it up, there's a weird pop sound that happens, almost like a toy, like a little toy, like birthday popper that explodes out. And you see a really weird image over what would have been on the file. And it is a snickering little, kind of really toothy emoji that's going. And then you are locked out of the system. While that's happening, over back onto Sigilscape, Reem and Vida, something's going wrong. You are getting, it starts off with like 1 or 2 pings. And it's fine. It's just normal, like, oh, I bugged out. I'm standing between 2 blocks. Help, I can't escape. Or, hi, I'm stuck. I blue screened. I don't know how to get back in. Help me. My avatar is floating. It's very, very simple stuff. Then suddenly you hear the sound of the acquisition of iron bars, but multiple. It's happening so much. Everyone is finding iron. Everyone is getting XP at an exponential rate. Everyone is jumping dozens and dozens of levels. What did the both of you do?
Shit. Fuck. I'd like to start troubleshooting.
Go ahead and give me an insight-based task. Let's say this will be difficult. So task difficulty 4, you want to hit a 12.
Okay, I have I'm trained in computers, and I would like
Yes, you are.
use 1 level of effort, please.
Go
I'll
ahead and
bring
do
that
so.
down by 2 levels, so challenge 2.
Challenge 2. Awesome. So, folks, in Cypher, you do not add bonuses to your rolls. You make things easier on yourself instead. What did you roll there?
I got a 9, beat challenge 5 total.
Well done. You manage to do that easily enough, you troubleshoot. There's a weird glitch that's actively multiplying within the Iron Bar economy, which makes them easier to find and therefore easier for XP to be acquired.
I'm gonna
And
start
now
sending off-
everyone's jumping in on it because they broke the
free
system.
levels, free levels.
Free levels.
While everyone else reacts as accordingly, I'm just gonna start sending off emails to like the other devs and like getting on calls with them. Like, what do we do? Do we back out of the patch or do we... so on and so forth?
Awesome. Yeah, you do that and you get replies from the devs, both you and Reem, because you're all kind of like included into the same task. Like, we have no idea why this is happening. Like, this shouldn't be replicating. This isn't the code. It's basically like the replies you're getting. Like, this isn't our code. We didn't write this. And then Reem, now you're getting a very, very weird ping on your end as a moderator. On your end, and this is for the lovely folks who gifted me the $15 for Val rights. This is my
That's so funny
intrusion.
because that was me.
So this is my intrusion, and that is as you're modding, you suddenly see, I like to think that you have kind of like a list of players that you're able to kind of like just keep tabs on so you can move really quickly to ban or report people quickly. Everyone's profiles begin changing. All their icons are changing. They're all changing into this chibi, big toothy grin smiley face, almost like a shark smiley face. And it starts with 1 and 2, and you're like, oh, people are group chat emotes. Like, that's normal. Then it turns to 12, then 24, then 56. And it just grows exponentially.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
We'll going to be asking the devs for their original code for the Iron Bar acquisition. Firstly, just so we could get like source for you got free XP, you got Iron Bars, and then I want to try to recall like, is this snickering emoji familiar in my professional moderating experience? Because once it goes from 56 to 128 or something like that, it's the times 2. Like, once that happens, like the math is already like, okay, this needs to stop before it hits the total amount of people in this concert, because that's going to happen in like 4 or less iterations.
Okay. Ooh, all right. So this will also be intellect, because you're trying to remember or at least discern the nature of this. I'm going to say that this is challenging, because you are a moderator. So task 5, you want to hit a 15. Task difficulty 5, you want to hit a 15.
Can I assist since we're on the same call and interfacing?
Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, I imagine we're both contacting the devs at the same time as well.
Yeah. And since I'm trained in computers, it can decrease the challenge by 1.
Yeah, so you'll have to hit 12 and above then.
Okay, I rolled a 15.
Fantastic. You don't recognize what this is, but I think as you are gathering the code together and you're like looking through the code alongside Vida, both of you are noticing this is normal code. There's random letters and things like that are of what is meant to be executed. But then you see something else being executed instead. Daydream.exe keeps showing up. And with a 15, for meeting that target, you are looking at this and you're going, this replication, this feels like a virus. And as it replicates, you see 2 accounts immediately flip. It is Surge's kids' accounts as they immediately get flip. And
If
Surge,
I'm
That hurts.
If I'm still on that call with you, you're
Yep.
hearing like the screams of two little girls in the background.
Yes, absolutely. You hear the screams of two little girls in the background, and you also get pings on your legally distinct Discord, Strife. And it's just like I can't log in. Like I'm kicked out of my profile. I can't log in. I'm not controlling my avatar.
Can you hear Surge on your Strife call saying, they just unlocked the Pink Princess Unicorn yesterday. If we can't figure this out, they need those accounts back.
Take your financials off of your account for now. This is acting like a virus. I've never seen it before.
Yeah, this is really bad.
Oh no. Is there anything I can do? I mean, I
with
don't
your
know
role,
anything about. Yeah, go ahead.
With your role earlier, Reem, you would know that one of the because there's so many accounts being taken down, because this is also virtual world and environment, your avatars can influence the physical realm. So it wouldn't be odd to suggest to Surge to like get on the ground in the concert to like keep an eye on when or if the spread is going to happen in the concert. Because so far, right now, you're mainly seeing Sigilscape players.
Okay. Then I'll relay that, because like there's some insularity in Reem's mind, but the likelihood of a spread after an exponential growth of ×2 is very, very high. So just gonna be like, don't let the kids leave your site. We like, if we could see how it is jumping from people to people, it can give us a clue. This seems above our pay grade at the moment.
Absolutely.
I wish I had more. Yeah.
A very astute observation.
You don't get paid for being a mom, and I think she's gonna like hop down a couple flights maybe, or like go on the fire escape. She doesn't want to get too close, just in case she'll catch it. But she does want to, she's like disconnecting her credit cards from her account. Not like she's buying anything anyway. And she will like hang on the fire escape, and she's like scanning the area of the concert.
Absolutely. You're scanning the area of the concert. You know what? Give me a just to see how fast you get there and how efficient you are at doing this. Give me a speed task. Let's call it difficult. Task 4, you want to hit a 12 or higher.
You got it. That is a natural 20.
Ooh, that is a major effect. So, folks, when you hit a nat 20 in Cypher, you get to have cool things happen. So not only do you succeed on the task, you kind of get to decide what else, what like additional flair, additional thing you would like to happen, a narrative boon to say. So I'll give you some examples. So for example, if you were to climb something, you do it in half the time. And I would like to hear your opinion, what you think a major effect would happen. What kind of flair would you like to have as Surge as you're doing this?
Yeah, I think that what ends up happening when they're trying to when they're sliding down is they make a like, I guess maybe the programming of the fire escape ladder kind of like comes loose when he when he grabs onto it, and so he's getting more mobility, and he's able to sort of like climb the skyscraper more than he would be able to before, so he doesn't have to like find those little balance points on the like the little corners where he would normally jump. So he basically can almost like parkour across some of the buildings to get a better look now.
I will give you another thing on top of that because that's really cool. But I want to give you something, a good opportunity to do something. Vincent, as you are sat here with the big pop that happened on your screen with this granted extremely horrifying little emote, Serge, I would like to give you the opportunity to notice that this person who is Vincent, this programming that's coming out, I think you noticed that it threatened or was going to threaten taking Vincent's account. And you can get there in time to kind of like cut off that.
Oh yeah. I think my first when I see Vincent, my first instinct is, of course. And then I go, but that doesn't really sound like him. And then I hear the pop, and there's like that mom instinct of, something is about to happen. And I want to leap down and kind of like maybe knock the database out of their hands.
Yep.
Like, no.
Easily you knock the window cracks and shatters in this digital world. And
what did you do? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
What did you do?
Are you I was in the middle of something and I had it handled. Pulse or whatever your name is.
Did you? And he points at the ground where like the thing, the information is kind of like surging a little bit and like on the ground, like it's sparking a little bit. And Serge says, Did you do anything to Sigilscape today? Is that you?
Vincent just like rolls their eyes and it's like, not today, Mom.
No.
I have better things to do. I've been painting things for the children. And they just like put on like their most sort of like innocent expression you can have on a fox. And there's like these little heart emojis.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what you have connected to your accounts, but I would disconnect any kind of personal information you have right now.
I'm way ahead of you. Trust me. Okay. I don't need this babysitter club kind of energy, teen mom kind of. I've got this. All right. I work fine by myself. So why don't you just go back up on that skyscraper and do like, your cryptid person stuff. And you know what? I've got this handled. And you sort of see Vincent just out of spite, honestly, just change their avatar from like their fox form to their more humanoid form where it literally just looks like a foxy lady, and they just kind of like point at them like and just kind of like just cross their arms and like look away like, I don't need your help, I was fine. They were not fine.
As that wonderful exchange happens, we pan back over to Clara and Max. Max is about to get on stage. And they look over to you, Clara, and they're going, all right, I'm going up. It's happening. I am gonna go up there. Yep. That's me.
You're gonna be so great. I love you very much.
I love you too.
You're gonna be so good. It's gonna be great.
Thank you.
It's gonna be great.
Okay. And you see that they look at you, they send you the heart emote across to you, and then they step onto stage. And there's bright flashing lights that burst forth and loud explosions as they go on stage. Their costume changes into something that basically they've changed their skin, and it's more in line with the coloring. It is blue, and there's a flower that's a large lily flower that sits on their chest. And as these explosions go off, they perform. Now I'm gonna ask the party, because y'all are all kind of linked. Do you all tell Clara what's going on?
Probably just like a quick like DM, like,
Mhm.
hey, just be careful. Things are going really weird. Like people's accounts are getting turned off, so maybe just like maybe log out as soon as Max is done.
Mm-hmm. Max's performance goes on without a hitch. Reem and Vita, the numbers are growing. They've broken out of Sigilscape. They've entered Omnipets, and you're getting messages from other mods. As soon as they enter Omnipets, you're getting another ping from Clash Connection. So let me explain something about the cyber world. There's different environments that happen in this world in Amrita. And Reem, baby, I love you.
Hi.
I love you so much. As this happens, you see a little toggle on your screen, both of your screens, because you're both very, very well versed in coding. You see a toggle move of the environment being a pacifist environment to combat mode, which only happens for Ultra Them Clash Connection, legally distinct Mega Man. And everyone's environment has entered into combat mode. And when you try to click the toggle, it will not move. And you all feel the environment shift. What would y'all like to do in this moment really quickly before I narrate what happens next?
Well,
I do feel if
Mhm.
Vincent can do something,
Go
I think
ahead.
at this point, just sort of ignoring Surge completely, having noticed that toggle, like, well, I guess we woke up and chose violence. But still remembering that there are still kids on in the digital verse. It's kind of like, looking at some kids is still kind of not really, I don't think they really get what's going on just yet. And
Mhm.
so Vincent's gonna be like, hey, if you log out right now, when you log back in tomorrow, you'll find a really rare Omniped in your account. This is part of the event. They want to make sure that you kids go outside and get some vitamin D and sunshine and, some rest. Trust me,
Aw.
like, this is a thing you should be doing. Like, don't you want that awesome pet? Like, and like as quickly as they can, they kind of like create like this fake mock-up of like what it would look like. It's like, isn't this thing just so shiny? Look at how it
Ooh.
sparkles. Log off. Like, I wish I
Uh,
could log off, but it's too late for me. The sun burns now. You don't want to end up like me.
The touch grass campaign.
Not the touch grass campaign. All right. Listen, you brought
There's
up the
grass in
Omnipet.
Sigilscape.
This okay, this feels like a roll. But you did bring up the Omnipet. So you know what? I think most kids will listen to you once they see the little model of the Omnipet that you show them, and a bunch of kids do begin to log off. As that happens, Max completes their performance to raucous applause. Everyone is emoting hearts, they're emoting clapping, they're emoting hype. Everyone's having a great time. You can see backstage, Clara, that Moonflow, the headline singer, is stood about like maybe 2 feet away from you. And she's also giving a little clap for Max's performance. And but she's not quite ready yet. Max's fear has kind of come true. She's still adjusting her costuming, so you see Max have a little bit of a panic on stage as they kind of look at the group chat, all of y'all watching, and also over at you, and they go, "A speech. I am going to give a speech. I want to take a moment to thank everyone for supporting up and coming young artists and small artists in the streaming space, especially in Pocodaltify. I really, really appreciate you all. And I want to thank all of my friends who are mods, you know, and they basically like Reem and Vita, thank you all so much. And also to like Serge, thank you for like always being there and supporting me. And of course, I could never have done this without my incredible partner Clara over there, whom I love very, very much. Whom I love very, very much. The avatar pauses. There is a heavy silence that falls around the stage. The lights dim, flicker, and you hear, and Vincent, you feel a chill down your spine as you hear the telltale sound of a little light snicker. And Max lifts their eyes up, and it's gold. Many of the audience members lift their eyes up in unison, and it is gold. And you see in bright colors above the stage on the screen, it says daydream.exe. And that is where we're going to hop into break. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for bringing all the donations going. We will be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Daydream Uprising. Thank you all for helping us smash our goal of 3,500 for the stream. Can we hit 3,600 before the end of the stream? And we've got a fantastic amount of donations. We've gifted all the players rerolls, and y'all want me to introduce some plot twists. So plot twists will indeed happen, and we will get right into them as we get back into the session. So as all of you witness the exponential bursts of growth of accounts being stolen, and basically all of you are getting a live stream of this uprising occurring. You see this thing take over Clara's partners, Max's avatar, and most of the avatars, if not all, of the attendees, except for Serge and Vincent. And as this is happening, daydream.exe hands behind them and flashes. And all of you hear the sound of something large moving, lumbering behind the stage. You see a deep green furred, low polygonal bear getting up to its full height, eyes turning bright gold as it moves its mouth into a bright, toothy grin and snickers along with every account here. And as that happens, the bear breaks several of the frames of pixels on the side of the concert and begins lumbering forward. What would you, as all of this is happening, how are you all reacting? The bear's been taken over too. After the Bramble Bear. And that's my first evil plot twist. Thank you, everyone, for that donation.
I have a quick question because
Yes.
spatial awareness. Where is everyone in relation to like everything that's going on? Because this is the virtual world, so it's a little abstract. So
Yeah, it is a little abstract. Thank you for asking that. I think Clara is probably the one in the most immediate distance. I'm sorry. So I would say that Clara is like within a short distance of what is happening, whereas everyone else is like one rung up, so probably like long.
Okay, so we're all in like the concert area. Is what
y'all are in virtually in the concert area. Those of y'all who are mods can literally like because it's like a live stream. Y'all can literally like apparate through the Strife call and intervene whenever you like. Also, y'all are coders and mods. Everything's going to fuck right now. So What's one more cybercrime? Truly. But yes, this big Bramble Bear has been taken over by Daydream. And you hear a bunch of people panic. And yell out, "What is that? What's happening? What's Daydream?" And everyone's screaming, "Malware!" and attempting to log off as quickly as possible as this bear lumbers forward, swipes its paw onto several accounts, and they all just like flash bright colors before being acquired into its body. Max being one of them. Uh, So, yeah, and they're now lumbering forward towards the area where Serge and Vincent are, because y'all are there. Clara, you're technically protected by the stage currently, because why have a couple when you can have all of the accounts in the
Fair.
main area? So, what would you like to do as you see this large bear with a big tree growing on its back lumbering for you?
Do I know that Clara is backstage?
Yeah, I think you would.
I think so, I would.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, for sure.
Can I apparate onto the scene?
Yes, you may apparate onto the scene. You apparate through the strife call. Near, I would say, near Vincent and Serge.
What is going on?
Don't get hit. That's what's going on.
Yeah, no shit. Has anyone seen
Um,
Clara?
She's oh god. And Serge just runs. And I think it's gonna try to run past the bear, through the bear's legs, towards the stage.
Ooh,
I think Clara would be
yep.
heading out towards where everything's happening as well. So we would probably be running at each other.
This
Or
sounds
floating.
like
I am a ghost. I'm floating.
you're
Hell yeah.
floating. Yes, you do have cool ghost abilities, but also this sounds like a speed-based task. So both of you, give me a yeah, let's do a task difficulty 4. Difficult. You have a target number of 12 to hit, to maneuver through this space.
All right.
13.
13. Well done.
I got a 13 too.
Oh,
Yay.
nice. You both succeed. You basically maneuver through the crowd. Many of folks are running, desperate to log off. Some of them get caught, and you're able to kind of move between. Clara, you see Moonflow going, what's going on before the claw swipes at her account, and you see her glitch and get acquired along with this big bramble bear beast of a malware. And yeah, Serge and Clara, you meet just at the edge of the stage. I think. What would y'all like to do? And also everyone else, y'all are here too. Everything's happening.
What is this? What is going on? They've taken everyone, and you're better. I don't. Someone who can code help.
I don't, but they're working on it.
Hey, Reem. I don't know if we have any antivirus software that can handle this, but do you have any? You saw what was going on, right?
Yeah, they currently have their Ultra Them hat on, and well, firstly, they're trying to disperse crowds after the initial attack. Mostly coordinating with most of the Ultra Them community. Since they were in a combat mode, and the system is like a grid with no enemy in the combat zone. They're basically, they've been taking this time to help them build formations so that people who don't play these tactical RPG games can find escape routes in behind the defensive line, and then log off accordingly. But Yeah, Reem is mostly trying to determine like if the malware is currently fully like in a fully corrupting
Mm-hmm.
way, like getting people so that like the actual hammer can
Yeah.
come into effect, because they're
Cool.
like they're if that happens, then Reem's gonna like send out a moderator message is like, it's time for the hammer.
I think yeah, give me an intellect based task. It's not gonna be too difficult. Let's say it's demanding. You want to hit a 9 and above. Task difficulty 3. Because I time I think I have a good answer for you. Let's see. What did you roll? You're muted, my
Muted.
love.
I am. I'm so sorry. I rolled an 8, but then I was like, I need to see if I have a proficiency or a training that could help me out, because
Yeah, you
Mhm.
just missed it.
yeah, I
You
missed
just missed it.
I did.
Cool. I think how that manifests is that you're just this malware is new to you. I
Yeah.
think, and you're trying to like figure this out in real time, and you hear the mods in like other servers going, we have no idea how they keep they're everywhere, and you hear someone else calling out like, oh my god, they've gone into the healthline system. They're taking accounts of like everyone's like healthcare accounts, and then you hear someone else piping in going, a bunch of folks' money has disappeared from their wallets in the eShop. I don't know what to do about this. And I think someone is just like, what kind of malware is this tactical? As they're like yelling this out. So I will give you that, even though you failed, that it's being very, very tactical. So meanwhile, while that's all happening, you all see the battle grid, and that's and how it has manifested. And Bramble Bear is basically acting like a combatant as it acquires accounts and looks. It's such a cute, low poly bear has now been turned into something horrific and terrible. And it now that it's acquired a ton of accounts, all of you see on your screens, it has acquired about 2 million accounts now.
How big is Bramble Bear?
So Bramble kind of like started as like the size of the stage. So kind of like imagine the size of like a school stage, essentially. And then has now grown to maybe double that. So probably like an actual like large concert stage size now.
I think while this is happening, like while all of this has been going on, Vincent has just kind of just been like tagging people, going protection plan, protection plan, protection plan. This will definitely help. Protection plan, log off, protection plan, and it's not. It's
Scamming
just
for
a tag.
good.
It's a tag so Vincent can find them later and just kind of discreetly siphon money out of their wallets if they still exist. But they are telling people to log
I
off.
take
They're like,
that back.
go flee.
I
Protection
take
plan,
that back.
protection. Yeah, it's very scammy. Like there is no protection. It's just so Vincent can find them later. And they kind of look at the bear and they're like, I always knew that mascot was evil because just I'm giving Vincent some of my own traits. I don't like mascots. I think they're cute from a distance, but I was always that kid at Disney World who did not want to get close to Mickey Mouse. And I still have that kind of like innate terrestrial fear. I went once with my cousin and Donald Duck just made me sweat immensely. So I mean, kudos to whoever was in the suit. They stayed away from me because, like, I feel bad. I don't want to punch the person in the suit, but gosh, do they give me the creeps? And so I feel like Vincent has that same problem. Like, yeah, it's a digital bear, but they're like, once they were like, oh, it's just a bear, and then they got too close to the mascot, and they were like, oh no, oh, you stay away from me. So seeing that it's gotten bigger and that it's like evil is just like confirming all of their fears. Like they're like, I knew this bear was evil, and y'all need to handle this and destroy it. The only solution clearly is to burn the bear to the ground.
Burn
What if
the
we just set the
bear!
stage on fire? Like flee away from the fire.
Like I
That's
have
just
no
Vincent just shouting like burn it.
I have no objections, but I think the bigger priority is getting rid of the virus. I would like to start trying to
Mhm.
do. Mare doesn't know anything about coding or hacking or anything like
Shh,
that.
it's
But
fine.
let's-
It's fine. Don't
it's
worry about it.
fine.
Neither do I.
But I would like to
I
try
know.
and figure out either start working on modifying an antivirus software or like finding the starting point and
Mhm.
just pew pew it.
Okay, you want to pew pew it? This is not typically a might-based task, but this sounds like
Nice.
you're. I will let you choose between might or intellect. You'll get different acquisition of knowledge or effects based on which one you choose.
I was definitely thinking of doing it like a computer based type
Okay,
of search.
so let's do intellect. Let's say challenging. Task difficulty 5, so 15.
Okay, I have both a skill in computers or identifying machines, so I can use one of those. And I'm also
Yes.
going to use a level of effort. Don't forget that you can apply effort to reduce your challenge if you spend points from your
Yes.
pools, everybody. I'm gonna roll. That is not high enough, but I do have a reroll, so
Go ahead. You do have a reroll. Please use it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my reroll. I rolled a 7. Ooh, shit. Okay, I got a 9. I got a 9 this time.
All right, perfect. You hit a 9, and you immediately bring up the code for Daydream and how Daydream's kind of like moving between all these different accounts. First thing that you learn, it's not a virus per se. It is technically an AI. It is an AI that functions like malware. It is basically an AI hacker. And what that means for you all is this isn't some sort of thing that can be like easily contained, like a malware or virus, because usually once you hit the hammer on that, it's gone, it's dead. This scenario brings up several questions. First question, who on fucking earth released this? Because they don't just end up here by themselves. AIs have to be added in. So that's the first question. And 2, where did it come from? Because perhaps where it came from is the way to take it down and break its code. And the third thing that you notice, because you succeeded, I'll give you another one. You notice that it's in the code and through like everything about Daydream, it's as soon as you get all that information, you get a little gif of Bramble Bear with the big toothy grin on your little pop-up screen, wagging his little bear paw finger at you and going in this like high-pitched cutesy noise, and then push you out of that info. So you know from that, this thing is very playful.
So problem, everybody. This is not a virus. This is an AI, and I think it's doing this because it's bored.
Yeah, that's fair.
The worst news I've heard all day.
So
Yeah.
give it an iPad. I mean, come on.
Not giving it an iPad.
Should we distract it? Should we give it
I was
something
gonna say-
better to do? Is
Rita's
that
I was gonna
apparently
say,
it's
I think-
iPad.
I think Vincent has a skill, or I think I took that skill that lets them distract a person as long as they're talking to them. Did I take that skill?
I think you did. I don't remember I don't have your character sheet off the top of my head. Do you want to attempt to distract the Bramble Bear?
Absolutely. I feel like, Vincent, thankfully, because avatars, unless you want them to, don't show how nervous you are. I feel like
Mhm.
Vincent, the person, is definitely like, oh, the bear. But they're also thinking like, well, we have for the children. like completely uncaring about like teens and adults, but it's like, the little kids who enjoy being on here, and also because selfishly this is going to cause problems for their own scamming efforts.
Yes.
I think, Vincent is going to head over to like where probably the bear can like see them
Mhm.
and just kind of be like, hey,
Wait. Before you
you.
go over there. Hold on, before you go over there. I'll send you like a little like in-mail message with an attachment. And I'm sending you one of my ciphers if you want to use it against the bear. And I'm gonna put it in our Discord chat for you.
Okay.
Ooh.
So for folks in the chat who don't know about the Cypher system, cool thing about the Cypher system is the ciphers. You get these one-off little objects that help you out. Ooh, that is very neat and cool. All right.
So I have sent you that cipher to use if you would like in your distraction plan.
Ooh,
Cool.
absolutely. I honestly forgot about my own cipher.
Yeah, you have a literal Tamagotchi cipher, so I made that
Awesome.
special for you.
Aw. But I don't think that would work on the bear because it's like controlling devices and an AI
It's
is
an
a
AI, but a
device.
device.
True. I'm
I
like AIs are
I would say that don't worry about categories of things. If you want something to work, I will make it work. Don't worry.
Fair-
I am the GM.
enough.
I make the rules.
So if I use one of Mayor's ciphers, does that count as like one of the two that I'm allowed to have, or is that just like a bonus thing?
I'm not gonna worry about it. I think you're being gifted
Yeah.
this. Someone's being very kind to you. No, I'm not gonna be that mean. Yeah. So would you like to use that? Or
Yes,
what is your distraction plan? How are you distracting this big, massive bramble bear? I need to know.
Yeah, so Vincent is going to go for the classic online challenge, which is a dance off. You know, they sort of like change back from their fox form to their foxy lady form, and they're like, "Hey, cutie, you want to dance? I bet you can't dance better than me. Show me what you got." And they're gonna challenge the mascot to a dance off and try to convince them to see if they can like beat their own sort of dance moves. And they definitely though want to use the cipher that Vita gave to
Mhm.
make things extremely slippery. So I feel like probably what they would do is like a couple of different dance moves, and then they would like kind of like do like this kind of low squat, so they kind of touch the ground with their hand to
Mhm.
kind of cover up the fact that they're going to make the ground slippery. Like, they like twirl and do a split and all that, just like
Mhm.
fully
Yeah.
just like breaking it down on the dance floor. Just
Because y'all did an incredible roll before to figure out that this thing is indeed bored and playful. It accepts, and you all see on screen a toggle move. The AI Daydream with Bramble Bear has toggled on at the same time as combat mode, casino mode. Where all the little mini games can be played. So the environment changes to the little casino server with the bright lights and all the pachinko sounds. And this bear lumbers up on 2 feet and looks at you and will put forward a bet. And it will bet, let's say, 2,000 accounts for you and the accounts that are closest to you. Do you accept? And then you see a little pop-up that says yes and no. Do you accept?
I think if there was time, Vincent would probably be trying to make a backup of their avatar, like for a half second, you kind of see like something show up on their hand, like a screen that's just like like looking at the time it would take to back up their own character. They're just like, I don't think the bear's gonna wait that long, and they're like, you know what? All right, let's groove, baby. And they
Let's
just kind of
groove. Absolutely.
I think Reem might tap on the shoulder virtually with a far step and be like,
Yep.
I can make it back up. I'm gonna just keep eyes out. You
Yep. Awesome.
make it shine.
All right. So, Vincent, I'm going to ask you for a speed task-based roll. Yep. I think this is challenging you. I mean, well, you did throw the friction on my boy. Hmm.
Can I
Hmm.
can I read to
Go
the
ahead.
audience what it actually does?
Yes, go ahead.
Spread across an area of up to 10 feet square, this makes things extremely slippery. For 1 hour per cipher level, movement tasks in the area are hindered by 3 steps. And I'm assuming Vincent just did it under as much
Yeah.
of the bear as they could.
Yeah, I think so. And the bear is pretty large, so yeah, so give me a speed-based roll just to see how well you do in comparison to bear. You know what? And I will just roll for the bear. That's fine. All right. So while this is happening, I do want to go and take a look at the other players. Clara, what would you like to do? Say and everyone else. Like Clara, Surge, Vita, and Reem. What are y'all wanting to do in this moment while the Daydream is distracted?
I think because once we've been given information that it's, an AI, immediately connecting the dots that someone must have put it there.
Mhm.
And the name Daydream is like weird to me as well.
Mhm.
Clara is very good at solving puzzles and riddles and stuff. So I think I would be doing research
Yes.
into just like digging into legally distinct Reddit to figure out if someone's mentioned Daydream at any point and like who would be wanting to do this and just like typing away doing
Mhm.
research tasks.
Cool. Awesome. So I would love for you to do that. Yeah, that sounds like an intellect based check. This is a challenge. This is going to be challenging. So give me target 15. Give me an intellect based check on that. Remember you have effort. You have things that you can expend. You have ciphers, skills. So make sure to use
Yeah,
that.
I would like to add effort to this. I want to make this as easy for me as possible.
Absolutely. So we
Can't
can
just
take it.
well, hmm.
Hmm?
I also have an intellect booster Cypher, so I think I'm gonna pump that into this as well.
Yes, go
Um,
ahead. I believe that lowers the
Yeah,
difficulty.
that's
Yep.
1, 2. Yeah, okay. Let's see what this dice has to say about this. Jesus Christ. Okay, that's an 8 on the dice anyway, so I
Oh
have a
no!
reroll. I have a
You have a
reroll.
reroll. You have
I
a
have a
reroll.
reroll. I'm switching dice.
Switch the dice.
That is a 20.
Got a natural 20? Are you
I
serious?
did. My yellow dice love me.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh, wow. So you get a major effect. So I'm going to give you the information and I'm going to tell you what you find and you can tell me what the major effect is that you get.
Okay.
So as you're doing all this research, on Daydream. Daydream is very weird. You look through a bunch of different Reddit posts, and for a while you don't come up with anything other than people who have posted recently about everything that's happening until you find information from a unreplied Reddit thread, legally distinct thread. And that no one replied to this, but you hear it is from a developers like a compute like IT developing AI development site, and this user has talked about how they developed a really cool AI, uh, and they were asking for advice on tips to enter into contract with big companies that want to buy the AI, because they just got sent the contract. They don't really know how to read it, and they would like any advice on how to do it. No one replied to this.
Oh.
But you do have the username. There's a message button. Like there's other things you can do to access. So that's a fantastic success. I think you go into their profile and you can basically, through the scrambling of code that has happened with Daydream, you see that this user was interacting with a like cyber security company. And you see that some of the messages include, "Hey, from the cybersecurity company, hey, when we get the code, could you send it to us a little earlier before the contractual date? We would like to give it a test run."
Oh, shit.
You also have
Ah.
your major effect. So tell me how you want to use that major effect as you gain all this information. Is there more questions you want to ask me to
Oh my
gain more
God.
information?
Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm sharing all of this information to y'all in whatever group chat we have going. And if you would allow me to do this, I would
Go
like
ahead.
to
Okay.
gift my major effect to the more hacker-based people in our party so that they can
Okay.
deal with this person's username and just like because all
Mhm.
Clara knows is like she could figure out their IP, but like she doesn't know what to do with that. So she's just gonna be like, "Hey, here's info, help."
Here's info help. Yeah, you all get that information. And I think included with as part of that information, you basically get the user profile of the cybersecurity folks. So all right, so you can also tag them if that's a direction y'all want to take. So Surge, Reem, Vita. Wait, so first let me resolve Vincent and Bear. Bear didn't do so hot. And you did excellently. So as you are performing, bringing on your foxy lady like charisma onto the dance floor, some of these other accounts that are shit scared are like clapping and rooting for you, and you see Bramble Bear take one step, slip on the friction reducer, and all the glitching that's happened, tumble, do a barrel roll, and fall right on its snoot. And make the cute little like squishy toy noise, like as it falls down onto its snoot. So you succeed. All right. The other three, what would you all like to do in this moment?
What happens with the 2,000 bedded accounts?
They are released as the snoot falls onto the ground. You see a bunch of accounts fly out back onto the concert. A bunch of people apparate. Will Max come back? The answer is no. Max will not come back. Max is still there. Max is still acquired by Bramble Bear. And you see them look at everyone, immediately try to log off, and a bunch of folks do log off. A bunch of people run from this area because it's still a combat arena. Cool. What would the rest of y'all like to do?
So what do we want to do? Do we want to, while Vincent's still trying to distract them, do we want to like, I don't know.
Okay.
Do we want to maybe just try and like bet all the accounts out? Do we just want to fight it? Do we want to like contain it? Because Clara found some of that information, but like I don't know how fast that's gonna be with the immediate problem.
Can we find the creator? Is that, I mean, do they have
You do-
like they have an address? I can run to that server real quick and drag them over here.
Go all mom mode on them.
Oh, you know it.
All right, perfect. I'm terrified already.
All right. Okay. Yeah, because y'all do have the tagged accounts of the cybersecurity firm. So you'd have the literal user who was replying as the cybersecurity firm to go after, for sure.
Reem, Clara.
I'll go with.
Awesome.
Deathly
So-
serious.
Awesome.
I think I'll try and like slow it down or something. Maybe feed it some malware.
Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, so you're gonna try to feel it somewhere malware. Vincent is dancing. Surge wants to go hunt down this person who and probably give them a piece of your mind. That's
yeah.
fine. Oh, that's fine. I will let you do that. Reem, would you like to help them track down? Because I believe you have a cipher that lets you track things down if you would like to use it.
I believe I do. I was thinking it would come the infiltrator cipher.
Mm.
Yeah, would probably be best within the abstraction of virtual reality to like scan the the texture of the concert area and then be like, okay, we need to like tunnel out under the world, like how like if you fall under a floor in a video game, you see
Yes.
the globe, and then like put in the coordinates like we would in a sort of skydiving sequence to
Absolutely.
get there, and I can use basically far step to make sure that there's no physics involved.
No physics involved whatsoever.
Yeah.
You absolutely can do that for Surge. Are you accompanying them or are you staying here with everyone?
Oh, I think definitely we should go together.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, you both go together, bespectacled owl, and legally distinct Sailor Moon character. And you basically open a portal at the bottom of the world, fall in, glitch through the different layers of stuff, and then move forward, searching forward like you are flying. And you arrive in a very calm little area, seemingly unaffected by all of the chaos that is happening. You see a person sat in front of a little screen. They have a badger wearing a top hat, a little avatar with a little suit and tie, and they're typing at something. And they're looking at the screen, and you're seeing the numbers drop 2,000 of the number of counts that Daydream has acquired. And as they're like typing away, you also see traffic being messed with. The traffic lights are being messed with that are linked to this. There's a bunch of other like security firms that's privacy data is going out the window. And they're it seems like they're typing a report to give to someone, and you arrive behind them. They don't seem to notice you.
I'm putting hand on the shoulder. Excuse me.
Hello? Wait, well, what are you doing here? This is an employees only zone.
Are
Don't
you?
know? Leaving a paper,
Yeah, I think
leaving a
you
paper
know.
trail, really? That's basic internet etiquette 101. Like, then I step back. I have whatever shit
This
I had
owl
out.
going intimidatingly at this man. Yeah.
It's a short avatar, by the way.
Just really, really tall man, really, really small owl.
Well, but
I think you know why we're here. I think you can kind of you can figure that out.
you see that he was thinking of hitting minimize on the window, but you're staring daggers at him, and he goes, "You just work here. I don't know what you want me to do."
People are losing their money, their health insurance, and my daughters lost their pretty princess unicorn. So you are going to tell me how we are going to fix this?
You are very scary.
Yes.
And you see that he keeps like moving between all of his different options, but he's being literally cornered right now. And he goes, you gotta. With Daydream, there's only a few options that we have. We either scramble the commands, or we beat him at his game. there's really no other option. um, I'm not really a hack. I'm just typing up a report. I don't really know how to do that. Um, hi, you're still looking at me like I'm not giving you the answer that you want, and I
I
just
don't want this answer. Beating it at its own
Okay.
game. So right now, a very talented young fox is beating it in a dance off.
cutting
Is
her off.
that um is that I
That
don't
could
know.
be enough. You could place a higher bet and try to get all the accounts back while someone scrambles their code, which I can't do because, as I said, I'm not a hacker. I'm in legal. I
Oh, you are in legal, so you understand.
This doesn't
You
bode well for you.
understand how much she starts to swear and then she goes, trouble you're in.
There's like a floating sensor bar in front of you, and it just like slowly puts it down. No, it's okay.
It's like I just help manage the damage control. And he kind of like looks between both of you like, it just I can give you the little skeleton key for Daydream.
I look at Reem and I go, will that help?
Yes, it should. If there is anyone who could scramble it, I think it would be maybe best to move on. She's gonna also try to, I guess, perceive like the screens that are on right now to be
Yep.
like, why are you tabulating between these things? Unidentified gender badger.
Badger. You do see that there's like different things that they're keeping track of. You also get to see like the report that's being typed up of like how much damage control and how much theoretically damages would need to be paid if they got caught. You do see the email for the basically what you would deduce to be the higher ups of this cybersecurity firm dealing with all of this.
Okay, because being in legal, you're aware that this is already you already stepped into a gamble here.
Yep. You see the text literally basically states something to that effect of like, well, you already did this, so now I'm just having to watch this and type something up to help you.
So given that all the safety of these people are at risk, I'm going to hinge a bet that your safety being on the line means that we're just gonna walk up to the higher floors, metaphorically speaking, and you're gonna stay here. Keep quiet about it. We're not here.
I will say nothing. I'm not being paid enough on retainer for this, in all honesty.
All right. There's like a glint in the owl's eye as like there's like a shadow of a hammer that like dissipates as I say that, and they're like, okay,
Yeah.
turns away.
The ban button was so close.
So close.
Yeah, you go up the higher floors, metaphorically speaking. Is this to attempt to hack into Daydream? Is that basically what's happening?
Yeah, because I guess I can give some basic techno jargon thing for what I would think, because it's like most engineers don't need to be near a mainframe, which is where like all the majority of the computer processing power like sits. However, there's probably janitors / security guards that have to guard it to prevent like counter hacking, and if there are managers / HR / CEOs within the building, it would most likely need to be near the mainframe so they can respond to things. So we're gonna keep Sydney to be looking out for people on the floor, and Reem is going to be like, all right, we need to either talk with an AI, get some greedy corporate person to shut down their
Mhm.
production, or there needs to be like a kill switch for this in case it goes south. I just need to find it. That's what the plan is.
Okay.
Does me trying to send it malware help in any way with Reem on this end?
Yes, I'm gonna say yes. That does help. You kind of like countering Bramble Bear, Daydream Bramble Bear, with malware, and just panning really quickly to the other folks, the other three, as Bramble Bear gets up from its embarrassing tumble, and has decided maybe dancing is not the game it wants to win anymore. And is going to attempt to play dirty, and reset the map back to legally distinct Mega Man Ultra Them Clash Connection, and kind of like lumber forward at all of you. And you wanted to throw malware in it, right? Is there a specific skill
did.
you're using? Yep.
If you will allow me to use my computer skill,
Yes, I will.
and then I will also use 1 level of effort, please.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and make that roll for me.
I've decreased it by 2 levels.
All right, I'm
Oh
gonna say
no, I only
Oh.
got a 2.
That does not succeed. And I think oh god, me trying to remember.
I already used my reroll.
You already did use
can't.
your reroll. I think what happens
Could I
is
donate mine?
you can donate yours.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I will allow it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna try again. Better, 15 on the die.
That will be sufficient. You make that there's a moment in your mind's eye where you see everything failing and everything falling apart. But as you've watched Reem on Strife Call multiple times play Clash Connection, you are able to move 1 square up before this Bramble Bear runs into your space. And while you're next to it in that box, you hit it with the malware, and you see bits of it begin to glitch, and a bunch of accounts fall out. Will Max come out now? Max does come out now. Max has been released. I rolled odds. Finally, Max gets released out and tumbles out like right by you, Clara, and like their eyes blink a few times before it returns back to the bright like blue color that they were. They were like, "Oh God, what just happened?"
Scary stuff. We're working on it. I'm so happy you're back. Is your stuff okay? People's like money and stuff is.
I think so. And then they turn around, see big Bramble Bear taken over by Daydream, and go, "Oh God, you were not kidding. Okay,
Things are bad.
things are bad. Okay, understood. Awesome." And as that happens, we're gonna pivot back to the other two. Y'all want to get to? I'm gonna say, because the sake of timing, we're very very close to runtime here. I'm gonna say y'all are going to be looking for a kill switch. We just got a $10 donation for a reroll. So team kill switch.
Yay.
Team kill switch. We are going to try and find the kill switch. So I'm going to say, Reem, go ahead and make an intellect roll. Everything here is intellect. Intellect roll. I'm also going to say it's challenging. So your target number is 15. You have a bunch of other skills and ciphers you want to use. Surge, I'm going to tell you, for rights for you, there's no avatars or profiles maneuvering about securing the space. It's little, basically like mini AIs that are acting as security. So go to town. You can beat people up if you want.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, Sydney's absolutely gonna get her Batman moment.
It's always ethically right.
It is always ethically right. What did you roll, Reem?
I rolled a 15. I used the reroll. Sorry. I
used the
rolled a
reroll,
1
okay.
and then I rolled a 15. And then I was
Yes.
thinking if not, I would use my scan ability, which
No
just
word.
does that. So
Yeah, your eyes open, your owl eyes like expand as you look through all of the cyber code and you find the kill switch and you basically look at Surge and point in the direction. And Surge, there's just a bunch of robots between you and that kill switch.
Oh
What
yeah.
would you like to do?
I'm gonna use my Cypher actually, because I've been
Okay.
leading up to it this whole time. I'm going to use the Cypher you gave me, Monoblade. The user gains a horn in the center of their forehead. The horn is deadly sharp and strong, and it spirals down to a solid base where it fuses with flesh and bone. The user is specialized in making melee attacks with the horn, which is considered a medium weapon, and the horn lasts for 4 hours. So she kind of like I'll say her top hat glows and she throws it up, and as she throws it up, the light turns into this unicorn horn, and she says,
The
"This
unicorn horn.
this is for my girls," and she charges.
You charge at all of these. Give me a might roll for flair. This
Yeah,
is
you
not
got
gonna
it.
be hard. 9 and above. Like, I believe in you, Ow, as I knock my own headphones against my ear. It's
I'm
fine.
gonna use my reroll on that.
Go ahead.
All right, 14.
14. You skewer a bunch of these robotic code as you're charging, screaming bloody murder at these terrible, terrible AI until you find a bit of the wall, thanks to Reem's hacking, that glitches, that hides and houses the kill switch. So I'm going to ask all of you, how would you like to destroy Daydream? How are y'all gonna hit that kill switch, and how do y'all want to destroy Daydream from out of Bramble Bear? The silence is deafening. Hello.
Well, like everyone, or just Sydney and Reem?
Sorry, Surge and Reem. How would y'all like the scrambling to
because
happen?
Vince is just
Sorry,
up there still
I
doing
said
Bayonetta moves.
you're doing Bayonetta dancing.
I am. I'm doing. Yeah.
squeezing those accounts out of it though.
Oh my gosh, the
Oh,
Bayonetta
yeah.
moves. Love that. Oh, go Vincent. Well, I have another cipher I can use, unless Reem, you've got something you want to.
No, I was like, as soon as I see like a text, like it's one of those things where like a texture is
Mhm.
slightly different when you have to interact with it.
Yep.
Like the
Yeah.
book that's brightly colored in a library
Yep.
texture is like, they have like a force field that they use for free. They just like
Mhm.
project it as you're running, and
Yep.
it's basically just a beacon for.
Yeah.
It's a very simple job. It's just a matter of the righteous fury. So
The righteous fury. Will you
righteous
use your
fury.
cipher for it?
yeah.
Would you use your cipher? Okay, use your cipher for righteous fury. I'll go ahead.
Which for me it's just a manipulation beam. So
Awesome.
I'll peel that texture off. I'll peel the walls of this thing.
Yeah, you peel the walls of this thing, the kill switch basically becomes corrupted and broken, and therefore shutting off Daydream. And all of you in the main stage area see as Bramble Bear is about to swipe at Vita, probably because you're the one that's closest. The bear paw inches from your avatar's face before it pauses. And then you see a glitch, and you hear the snickering turn into like indistinct groans as the AI glitches and shatters. Breaking out all the accounts outside of Bramble Bear. You see them kind of like surge outside of Bramble Bear. And Bramble Bear slips and plops down back onto its butt. Does a big bear yawn. And you see the toggle of the fight mode go back to normal. The casino also goes back to normal. We're back into the concert stage, and Bramble Bear is just kind of like, and just like looks at your avatar, and just gives cute face, and you all succeed in executing a daydream. That is where we will end our session of the Daydreams Uprising. They were successful. All right. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for your donations. We did hit our goal with $3,610. Thank you all so much. Please keep the donations coming for the next upcoming games. Let's do outros really quick. Hello, everybody. My name is Valiant Dorian. I use he, him, his pronouns. Tonight, I've been your humble GM of this game of Daydreams Uprising. You can find me all on the internet at Valiant Dorian or at Also Spirit Bear. Please enjoy the lovely treasure hunt I just set you on. And hopefully, it won't lead you to a team of legal folks trying to stop an AI and do damage control. And on that note, I'm going to pass introductions over to Mare.
Hello, I'm Mary. You can find me on Twitter at Archmage of Dice. I do some bunch of different things in the AP community and exist. Just go check out my Twitter. I'm on Sorting Key, and also I'll be starting a game over on Neon Lights Roleplay the last day of the month. So let's go. I'm going to pass it over to Basil.
Hey everybody, I've been Basil. I played scammer, grifter extraordinaire, young Grunkle Stan-esque Vincent. You can find me on Twitter at Kavanyakana. Yeah.
Passing it over to you, Leon.
I've been Leon. You can find me online pretty much anywhere at Berillion. I'm mostly a TTRPG designer and also a shit poster. So if you like that, follow me. Have a great trans rights. Pop it over to Noor.
Thank you. I am Neda/Noor/Ahmed. I don't think there would have been space for all of that on the overlay, so it's all good. I love being transgender. I love having pronouns they them, and I am I am
Double
on
checks
Twitter.
pronouns.
I didn't want to get it wrong. Yeah, of course. And you can find me on Twitter at transfather, trans_father. Currently unpublished, but not for long. Game writer and also player. I love playing for charity one shots. It's really great. Thanks for having me, Valiant. I'll pass it to Neda.
Hey everyone, I've been Neda Marie. You can find me all over the internet at Neda Marie. And you can also find me producing and playing on Questlate Plans, which is a very fun show. You can find that link on my socials. And also figure skating. If you're into that, I talk about that a lot. It's on there. And yeah.
That is awesome. Everyone go follow this incredible constellation of players. I've been so honored to GM this for them. And yeah, please remember, there are a bunch of other shows happening for TransCon. Please go and show everyone your support. And thank you all so much for your generosity. And yeah, take care, everybody, and have a good rest of TransCon. Trans rights. Goodbye.